Hey guys, Chantal Hayward here again from Zumba Shop Australia with a second shoe video for you. Thank you so much for your support of the first video that I did. It was very time consuming to do that video for you, so to have that really positive feedback from you was fantastic. So I want to do more of these videos for you because you've come back with such positive responses and said that it was really fantastic and you really enjoyed the information that I was able to provide for you. So what I wanted to do for you in this video was explain more about the soles of the shoes, and in particular the insoles of the shoes. A number of you have come back and asked me some very specific questions about the base of the shoes and about the insides of the shoes. So I wanted to run through that in a little bit more detail. So as a super quick recap from the last video that I did for you, the shoes that we have in this collection is the Street Groove in coral, green and multi, the Air Classic in gold and in silver, and the Energy Boom in pink and in black. So let me just start off with the Groove shoes first. So this is my shoe. So with these particular shoes here, I'll just quickly run through some very basics for you. The base of them has the street base over here. It has flexibility, but because of the style of the base, it's not going to be a terribly flexible shoe. So if you want a shoe that has a lot of flexibility and movement in the base, then this probably isn't going to be the right shoe for you. I do a lot of high impact Zumba and I find them completely fine. I find the support okay, and I do find that they've got enough flex for me to be able to do it. But if you like a particularly soft shoe, then the Groove isn't going to be the shoe for you. But if you like to have more support coming through here, then I think you'll find these fine. I wear these all the time and I've been really happy with them. Now in terms of sizing for the Groove, for the coral and for the green, they don't have a huge amount of padding under here. So I found these are similar sizing to the Street Boss. So if you had the Street Boss shoes, then do the same sizing for that because it's not hugely padded here. Now we've had some questions before about the width of the shoes. I've got a broad foot, so what I do is I loosen the laces a lot. This does give, the first time that I wore the shoes, it felt snug, but then straight away once I was dancing for a little while, it really gave quite a lot through this section over here. So my advice to you, if you've got a broad foot and you'd like to give these a go, loosen the laces right up, and then the leather is going to give that little bit anyway, so you'll be fine with that. Now just on the tongue here, it's not a hugely padded tongue, so if you prefer to have one that just kind of sits up but without a huge amount of padding, then this shoe is going to be really good for you. In terms of the inside of these Groove shoes, this part over here is padded, but it's not a very soft padding, it's more a structured padding for this type of shoe. Now the insole itself, it's a little bit hard to see here, but the insole itself is the same insoles that they've done previously. It's just a little bit thicker. When I was reading the Z Life article that I attached for you, they had 4 mil, so it's slightly thicker, but the base of the shoe is flat inside. It doesn't have a big arch support. But what you could do is if you wear orthotics, go half a size up or even a size up, and then you'd be able to have your orthotics inside. Specifically, if you needed any arch support, then that would be a good selection for here. But choose the size the same as the Street Boss, or of course email us. If you haven't bought a pair of Zumba shoes before and you're not 100% certain, email us at info@zumbashop.com.au and then we can advise on sizing. Also at the bottom of our website, we've got a size chart. So if you have a look there, it says size chart. If you measure your foot, it's going to give you the right size. So these are a US size. So for instance, US size 8. If you run across over there, it'll have the length of the foot in centimeters. Measure your foot and then you can compare it to the size to get the size for you. But again, if you were an orthotic, go half the size or even a size bigger, and that's going to give you more width over here and also the length that you need, just to allow the space for your orthotic to sit inside. So that's the Street Groove, exactly the same in both of those. They're exactly the same shoe, just a different colour. Now the coral ones are super cute. It's a little bit hard to see here, but they're a really bright coral. They're really, really nice. Now the multi is slightly different. It's got more padding through here. So this is the section here where it has more padding because it's fabric. So here's my one here that I prepared earlier. So this has got slightly more padding through here because this has the velvet, like I was saying in my other video that I did for you. So it's a little bit more padded, but this is pretty much the same as the others here. The inside in here again is more flat, the same as here. They've got a little bit more support than the Boss and the other shoes that have been done, but essentially the inside is flat. So the same thing again, if you've got an orthotic, go half a size or a size up to allow the space for the orthotic. So that's the Street Groove. Now, the Street, I beg your pardon, the Air Classic in gold and in silver. So this is the shoe here. Now, this part here is quite heavily padded that goes around here. So you'll find that very supportive. On the inside of the shoe, because of the shape over here, the inside has that raised section that comes underneath your arch. Not a huge amount. So if you've got very, very flat feet or very high arches and you find that you need a very supportive insole, again, go half a size or a size up, put your orthotic inside the shoe to give you lots and lots of support if you need it. Now, the insoles with all of these do come out. They're glued in, so they're not like the loose ones that they've done previously, but they're not glued the whole length. So you can get your fingers underneath the insoles and pull them out if you need to. It's not as easy as the other ones where it literally just pulled out. They are stuck down, but the whole entire thing isn't stuck down, so you can kind of squeeze them and pull them out if you need to. And that might just give you that little bit of extra room if you've got a full foot orthotic and you prefer to take their insole out, the Zumba Wear insole out. All right, this part over here doesn't have padding in the tongue. It has the actual fabric, so it has like the leather and then the material over here that creates the bulk of it, but it's not actually padded in the tongue. Now, the base of this has got the grippy base. So if you've got a hall that has incredibly slippery floors, this is going to be a good choice. The other thing that this would be really good for is strong. I was thinking about that the other day and I thought I'd make a special mention of it. Because it's got the grippy base and because in strong, obviously you're doing all the burpees and a lot of the up-down movements, you need to have the grip on the bottom, and high tops aren't great for strong because the maneuverability of getting up and down all the time, having the constriction around your ankle isn't ideal. So a low top is much better for strong. So these would be terrific for strong because they've got the low top, you've got the support, but then you've also got the grippy base. Now in terms of flexibility, these are quite good. Because they're more of a jogger, they do have more of that flexibility underneath. So again, for strong, or if you prefer a more flexible shoe, then this has got more flexibility than say the Groove shoe. So this has got that flexibility through there. This is leather. So when I wore these, I found that they were really good because the leather kind of stretched again. Again, if you've got a broad foot, loosen the laces right up, and that's going to give you the width that you need to allow the shoes to stretch. So these are the Air Classic, and then it comes in gold and in silver. And then the last one is the Energy Boom. Now, I found these the most supportive. These are my new fave shoes. They were really great. So when I wore mine, one thing that I do need to mention to you is that they feel really snug when you first put them on because there's a lot of padding under here. That's the Energy style. So this section under here has got a lot of padding. This section under here has a lot of padding. I put my wings on so you can see what the wings look like. I love the wings. So there's a lot of padding here. So what I would encourage you to do, if you do have a broad foot, is loosen the laces right up. When I wore my shoes, I found that the leather really did give quite significantly, so that's fine. But if you're a little bit nervous about the width of the shoe, then I would go half a size up just to give you that little bit of extra space. It is a broad fitting in terms of it not being like terribly, terribly narrow, but if you do have a broad foot, just loosen the laces right up. Don't be nervous when you first put the shoes on. They do feel quite snug. But what I found is that they were incredibly supportive. And then once you're dancing in them for a little while, it really, it opens up really very, very, very nicely. So the tongue of the Energy Boom is padded. So it's got the fabric here and the fabric here, but it's really padded. So if you find that you want a lot of ankle support, the Energy Boom is fantastic. It's very padded through here, and it also is quite padded through this section here as well. Very padded through here, which I found really good, and because the tongue is padded all the way down, it gives you a lot of padding under there. So I know a lot of you asked me quite a lot of questions about the most supportive shoe. If you find that support is an issue for you, do the Energy Boom. It's a really, really, really good shoe. And then the base of it was really good too. So, so that's the Energy Boom. So again, that comes in pink and it comes in black. So the black has that detail on the pattern that I was telling you in the last video, and the pink's plain. The pink's just got the plain leather and the black's got the pattern leather. So there you are. There's some more information about the insides of the shoes. Oh, the one thing I didn't mention was the Energy Boom was the flexibility on the sole. So I'll go through that with you. A little bit flexible, not super, super, super flexible, but probably a little bit more so than the Groove, I think. But it does, because it's got a bit more of a jogger base rather than the flat base. It does have, and then it's also got grooves. Can you see in here? It's got the grooves that go through. So it's got more flexibility in through the base than, say, the Street Groove, because obviously they've got the flat base. They've got a completely flat base. So there you are, my darlings. There's some more information for you about the new release footwear. I hope that's super informative for you. As I said earlier, I'm going to be doing more videos like this in the future so that you can really see the new technology that we're bringing through into the Zumba wear, and also the new styles and the new silhouettes that we're bringing for you, different colours. So I'm going to be doing some more videos like that in the future. Hope you found this video informative. Let me know your thoughts and see you later. Bye.